Tigers. Here comes Slow, wanting to hit the reset button right now, trying to get another goal before the half ends. And they got some numbers here on this change of possession. Here come the Tigers. Here comes Kayla Oliveira. Oliveira, left foot, goal! Tigers add on before the half ends. Mia Radigan with her third goal of the season gives a little extra insurance to San Luis Obispo. Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Tigers. You can tell they were thinking hard about getting that extra goal. They're keeping their streak alive of scoring at least 2 goals in every game. The high-powered offense continuing here. Once again, another long walk to that to the throw-in. Tigers still riding high off of that goal. Mia Radigan. That's exactly the play that they ran earlier, and they just couldn't be successful with it. That foot fest in the box a little earlier, that's what they were trying to do with that corner kick. And it was successful that time. Great job by Kalea Oliveira. Good center on that ball. Really gave Radigan an opportunity to punch it in. Put the exclamation mark on that possession. Tigers send it downfield. Headed by Ynez. Chip shot back in the penalty box. Going after is Oliveira. Oliveira trying to keep it in bounds. Fighting for it. 3 defenders try to center it again. Once again to Radigan, but got a little too right on the ball, and it spun out left. So a goal kick for the Pirates. As we're going to see another possession change for the Tigers as we're now under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. We're going to see Ella Waddle check into this game. Waddle, the sophomore midfielder. Sent deep downfield. Crew Kieran's there. Just going to tap it to King. Pirates did a great job hustling to get to that change of possessions. It happened really quick as that ball was sent way downfield, and that was some good hustle there by Santa Ynez. But here's Crew Kieran again. Defenders with a passing trio. Now here's a shot downfield. Taken away, whistle blows. Another free kick here for Santa Ynez. Taking it's going to be Charlotte Lewis. Haven't seen a lot of attempts to go after the goal with these kicks. Usually it's been the little tap pass to whatever player is nearby. But really no shot, no attempt at going at that deep ball. Here's the first one, though. Left peg right into the chest of Madison King. King just dusting her hands off. Hasn't had an incredibly challenging shot yet. A lot of the shots on target towards her way have been directly at her in the chest. Making her job easy tonight But here come the Pirates once again. Getting it out of the area is San Luis Obispo. Zeidel, one of the jerseys in there, fighting for it. It's going to be out on the Tigers. And it's funny, like I said, we started off that first half with San Luis Obispo just living rent-free in that Santa Ynez territory. But as we got later on, it seemed to flip a little bit, and the Pirates are just camped out on that right side of the field. And that goal that came about from Radigan kind of just came out of nowhere, because now we're back to living into Tiger territory once again. But here we go, though. Here's some numbers for San Luis Obispo. One person to beat. Centering it, left peg, another goal for the Tigers. There to clean things up, Kalea Oliveira. She got that assist earlier to Mia Radigan, and it pays off for her just before the first half ends. And yeah, like I was saying, I mean, they're living in Tiger territory, and then you'll get that one possession, that one turnover, like we just saw on that goal to Oliveira, where they just show a flash of crazy offense, and they just get it done, get back down the field, and then Santa Ynez fights it out on the Tiger side until there's a breakthrough, there's a breach in the system, kind of like what we just saw with that goal that put the Tigers up 3-0. San Luis Obispo maybe starting to run away with it a bit here. And I think now the main objective here is for that defense to continue to play lockdown like they have been. Like I mentioned earlier, they have yet to have a shutout in this early season. While they've had those 3 wins in a row, it was really more of an outscoring than a defensive block, really. So they're looking for that shutout here, and they could be getting it, as still holding Santa Ynez to a goose egg in the first half. Granted, still 5 minutes left to go of play before the teams head back into the locker room. But some gritty offense and an even grittier defense for San Luis Obispo has held the Pirates to no goals. Once again, that long jog for Riley O'Connor as she goes to retrieve the ball for the throw-in. She gets it. Picked up by Lewis. Lewis trying to find an open player, tries to make a move, stumbles, ball gets loose. Recovered by the Tigers. Oliveira's going after it now. She makes a turn upfield with the outside of her foot. Great move. She tried to pass it over to O'Connor, but it was deflected away by a defender for Santa Ynez. Now here are the Tigers threatening once again. Ball in open space. Going to get scooped up by Hazard. Just under 4 to go in the first half. San Luis Obispo up 3-0 on Santa Ynez. It's been Radigan, Brewer, and Oliveira scoring the goals for the Tigers tonight. As the ball gets away from Oliveira, but right into a familiar face and Mila Corey, and Corey handles it accordingly. Once again, a trio of passes to her defense. And they're really trying to go after that play, utilizing one of their forwards in Mia Radigan, really getting a lot of looks. It was Ashley Brewer at the very beginning of this game. But since Brewer has checked out, Radigan has filled that void, and we've been seeing her a lot at the looks towards the goal near the end of this first half. 3 minutes now left of play. out on the Tigers. Here's a throw in for Santa Ynez. Now, they've been gifted a lot of these throughout the night. I feel like in the throw in battle, if you will, it's been mostly majority Santa Ynez throwing the ball in. But they just can't seem to really get a genuinely threatening look at the goalpost. So we'll see if they can do that here on this possession. It's a good fight there by Riley O'Connor. Lewis trying to play keep away. Doesn't have many options to go to right now, so she'll pass it back. Ends back up in Lewis's possession, but she bobbles it and it goes out of bounds. See, it's kind of moments like that where Santa Ynez needs to capitalize a bit when you get that free throw in, and then you get one of your captains having possession for a long time. You got to find a way to create that space, get open, create options so Charlotte Lewis can go to maybe Kira Hazard, Brooklyn Ritchie, some captains that are also on the field, but it all starts with ball first, controlling the ball first, and you can't let a ball slip away out of bounds like that. Giving a team that's up 3-0 on you just another free opportunity to go score another goal, because they very well could, as we're back in slow territory. And here we go, another throw in for Santa Ynez. Far side, Krukiran, back to King. Still, though, good hustle by the Pirates, narrowly keeping it in bounds. Still fighting to shake off that Pirate defender as there's a shot on goal that's just going to take a few chops over to King. Limping around after that attempt for Santa Ynez. It looked like Bella Rubio. It was kind of a hasty shot. Not really one that she needed to take. Just wanted to get it off and just rolled into the hands of Madison King. Ball goes out of bounds again. Still slow to get up. Grabbing that, looks like right knee area. Actually, a check on that. That's Grace Vasquez, who's having some trouble on the lower leg area. Her captain, Charlotte Lewis, there to make sure she's okay. She's able to walk around as she's jogging over to the penalty box line for a free kick being taken by Kira Hazard. And Hazard with the left leg gives it over to Lewis instead. Lewis being smothered by two defenders. Here's a shot with the left peg. Once again, right into the gloves of Madison King. And it looks like that will be halftime here at Holt Stadium. San Luis Obispo pouncing early with 3 goals from Mia Radigan, Ashley Brewer, and Kalea Oliveira. We'll be back for coverage of second half here on the Tiger News Network. Yeah, I'm still getting practice. Okay. Back here at Holt Stadium for second half of action between San Luis Obispo High School coming your way. An exciting half for the Tigers. They got it going early and often, and they just kept going. 3 goals in the first half, one by Mia Radigan, Ashley Brewer, and Kalea Oliveira. And it's just been pretty much all Tigers tonight. Talked about it a bit in the first half, though. Although it was dominated much by San Luis Obispo very early on, right out the gates. I mean, we saw that Ashley Brewer goal just minutes into the beginning of this game. Really, ever since that initial 5-ish minutes, Santa Ynez has been doing a great job fighting, scratching, and clawing their way to getting a goal. I mean, they haven't succeeded in that quite yet against the brick wall that has been San Luis Obispo's defense. But they're certainly making a great effort. I mean, for a team that's 0-5, still looking for their first win of the season, going up against a great San Luis Obispo team that's currently on a 3-game win streak, you got to tip your caps off over to the Pirates. And so it looks like we're not seeing any changes at the goalie position here. Madison King out there at the goalie. I've talked about it a little bit in the first half that King and Carl Skint have been splitting time. It's been 50-50 throughout the whole season up until the last game that was played. As here's the Tigers in the box right out the gates of the second half. Center ball off the crossbar, the football crossbar. The neon one above the goal, but another great look for San Luis Obispo immediately. And on that play, Mia Radigan was the one who was trying to center it over to Callie Doan. And Doan was right there with the other white shirts that were trying to go after it. Here's Brewer with another chance, but it's deflected away by Santa Ynez. Another shot at Brewer, but it just ends up into the keeper's hands for the first time this second half. And really, Ashley Brewer has been the goal scorer for San Luis Obispo. 6 goals on the season. That leads the team. And this is her 4th game she's played. She's been racking up those points. Very lethal in the box there for the Tigers. Didn't use her as much in the first half. She saw some playing time for about 10 minutes in there. Then for the rest of it, it was really Mia Radigan coming in there. And Addison Krosno saw limited playing action as well. But on the throw-in for San Luis Obispo, we're going to see a look here from Alina Ashby. That's a name I've definitely heard before as PA announcer for the volleyball team. Alina Ashby, one of the seniors. After they made that great run in playoffs, it was cut short, unfortunately, by Buchanan High School. But that was a team for the ages for San Luis Obispo, upholding that high standard for volleyball. Alina Ashby, luckily a part of that group, now serving her time here on the pitch. The 2-sport athlete. Another free kick for Santa Ynez. Mila Coyer right there. Out of bounds on her. Some subs in now for Santa Ynez. It's like Bella Rubio is going to be the one who's going to take the throw in as she takes out one of her fellow forwards. And Rubio, the sophomore forward midfielder. Trying to get their bearings. Touched out of bounds last by the Pirates. And here come the Tigers again. Outside right foot. Goes right back to a Tiger defender. Coming down the near sideline there was Alina Ashby. Once again, she took a hit, went out of bounds. Waiting to retrieve the ball still. It's still a 3-0 game for San Luis Obispo, as I said. A lot of fireworks in the first half. Still looking to recreate that magic here in the second half. The rate at which goals were scored, not quite the same. But here's a chance for the Tigers to add on, diving to the left. Didn't matter as the ball went out of bounds. Devin Hazard in a dangerous situation potentially, but the ball just rolled out of bounds. And they're saying it touched her last. I thought it went out a lot farther than it actually did. Chip shot went off the right post of the field goal. On that play was Ashley Brewer. They'll turn it over, and now some great defense by San Luis Obispo is just a little too aggressive. Daniela Navarro trying to go after that ball, but she puts a little too much on it. Goes out of bounds, another Pirate throw-in, but it once again ends in the grasp of San Luis Obispo. It's taking a fall there was Mia Forbes. She gets back up. Another chip pass rolls out of bounds. Last touch by Santa Ynez. Out on the Pirates once more. And those are part of the free mistakes that Santa Ynez really can't afford. Just having the ball in the possession of a team that certainly knows how to score. One of the best scoring teams, if not the best, in the Mountain League. If you want to try to stay in this game, those are just things you can't do. Just turn the ball over. As this one was last touched by San Luis Obispo. And as I mentioned in the first half, the key to the Pirates game is to play keep away from the Tigers and to capitalize on when they get the free ones. Here's one of those situations. Granted, they're still in their own territory. Whistle blows. Throw-in attempt. That went out of bounds. Tigers going to get it back. Here's Ashley Brewer. Brewer being double-teamed. Center ball. Just a little too long for Alina Ashby. Ashby's still going after it. It's going to have been a goal kick for Santa Ynez. Trying to header that ball was Daniela Navarro. Navarro had the vision, but it just went over her head. Haven't really seen any booming kicks from Hazard tonight. Going for a lot of little short porch, chip shot, high angle kicks to her defenders. But they seem to be ending up in turnovers. Rather unfortunate for the Santa Ynez offense. Here are the Tigers once again living rent-free in that Santa Ynez territory, taking a tumble there for San Luis Obispo, one of their forwards, Callie Doan. That one goes out of bounds once again on Santa Ynez. This one might be a corner kick here for San Luis Obispo, and another chance at a score. Just about 30 minutes left to go in the game. 3-0 San Luis Obispo. Another tap in. Brewer trying to find some space. Makes a move. Left foot. Great save by Devin Hazard. That was a hard shot she took there in the stomach, but she was able to swallow it up, get it downfield. But really, the Pirates are looking for that mojo that they somehow found in the mid to late portion of that first half. They got a few shots on target, a few looks, not as many as they would have wanted, and certainly some that they could have really capitalized on, punched the ticket on. But they want to create those moments again. The problem is those moments weren't really created by the Pirates. They were sort of given from San Luis Obispo. As here come the Tigers on the attack. Once again, left foot just a little too left for Addison Krosno. Under 30 left to go in the game. Tigers really have been dominating in time of possession so far in this second half. Here's a breach in the system for Ynez. Little action here for the Pirates, but it's scooped away. That was Zeidel getting it out of harm's way. Ynez urgently trying to throw this back in, but the whistle blows. Trying to get some subs on the pitch here. They do. Want to make sure they got their best of the best now, as an opportunity like this seemingly coming at a premium in the second half of play. Kicking it away for San Luis Obispo that time was Doan. And it finds a Pirate once again. He's trying to find an open player. Great move, almost slips, regains the balance though. Here's a look, trying to get some spacing. Nice footwork, takes a fall, whistle blows. They're calling that on San Luis Obispo. So Kira Hazard, yes, relation to the goalie, was trying to create a shot, and now she's going to get a free one here after getting tripped up in the penalty box. A big moment here for Santa Ynez, and equally as big for San Luis Obispo, as Slow's trying to earn their first shutout of the year, and that could be in trouble. As Hazard winds up, Madison King, the goaltender, is ready. Here's the kick. Great diving save by King. Madison King saves the day on an athletic dive to her left side. She's holding one of her fingers, it looks like. Temperature starting to drop a little bit here. But an excellent effort by Madison King to keep that one away. Wow, that was huge for San Luis Obispo. But she continues to hold on to that finger, or arm area, and the players are trying to wave over the medical staff and the head coach. King now goes to a knee. Our defenders are checking in on her. Yeah, Madison King just shot out of a cannon to her left side, going after that shot. It was a good attempt by Kira Hazard, but not enough from the diving effort by King, the junior goalkeeper, who's slow to get up as they're tending to that left hand. Santa Ynez hits the sideline. Slow high huddles up near midfield. It looks like it could be in that shoulder area. And so Madison King will come on out. Molly Carlskint will check back in. Not a particularly unusual sight here for San Luis Obispo, as these goalkeepers split a lot of the time. So there's a familiarity there at the goalpost. However, Carlskint, her freshman season, playing on varsity with the big dogs. Getting a shot here, coming in for the injured King. Throw in Pirates. Batted away by the Tigers. Brewer trying to create space. Gets it. Intercepted by Perez. Perez over to Ket. Ket fighting for it. And Zeidel's going to go down on that. Whistle blows. And it's a turnover in favor of San Luis Obispo. Duarte. Kick over to Vieren, and now Tigers getting back to work. Here's some numbers. Here's Brewer. Great move. Left leg just a little too high. Ashley Brewer almost getting her second goal of the night. Some great footwork to shake off two defenders, but her attempt just goes a little too high. Trying to keep it in the area is San Luis Obispo. Krukiran is there, the last line of defense for the Tigers. Been having a great night, been saying it. Kylie Krukiran, the junior, former CCAA first team all-league member, earned that honor last season. Now on a campaign to repeat, and she's showing that well this game. A little extracurriculars there from Doan, but touched her last, and it's going to be another throw-in for Santa Ynez. There's Doan, whistle blows. Free kick for the Tigers. Unclear who has possession yet, still fighting for it there. It looks like Doan gets chop blocked down. Now she's cradling one of the knees, it looks like. And Doan just got clipped in that lower leg area. Took a big fall. Could be that right leg, a little difficult to tell from here. But barreling in was Bella Duarte from Santa Ynez. Not a good look here again for San Luis Obispo. That'd be big injury there to their sophomore midfielder. In 2 games that she's played in, she's had 1 assist on the season. Kind of a role player here for the Tigers. But she's still laying back flat on the ground. Hopefully nothing too serious here. As a lot of the downtime will take, certainly taking into a lot of the stoppage time that we're seeing in the second half. And so it looks like Callie Doan was going after that free ball there. I think Duarte was remembering the shove that I mentioned a few minutes earlier before that throw-in. A little extracurricular that I'm pretty sure I called it. Bella Duarte must have remembered that, although I didn't see her. I didn't see her take a fall. Wouldn't say it's intentional. All I will say is that she fell near the lower leg area of Callie Doan. So the clock ran that whole time, then it was asked to stop. So the clock was eventually stopped at 20:38. Not sure if they'll play on with that time or if they'll ask some more, or if they're just going to add it to the stoppage time. But we're just going to play on here. And Callie Doan luckily has a smile on her face, able to walk, limping off the field. And we're back in action. Clock now rolling. Still 3-0 San Luis Obispo here with 20 minutes left to go in the game. Not counting stoppage time. We've had plenty of that here. We've had 2 Tigers go down on injuries. And here's a shot downfield for the Tigers. A chance to add on. And good defense by Santa Ynez to kick that one out of harm's way. That was Mia Radigan there in pursuit of the ball. But now fighting near midfield are the Tigers once again. And Brewer was seemingly trying to find Alina Ashby there, but it now goes out of bounds. Last touch by Santa Ynez. Looks like another sub in for the Tigers. We see Kinsey Zeidel check into this game. Also good to see here's a shot at goal from San Luis Obispo. Goes a little wide left. Also going to see Daniela Navarro check into this game as well. In pursuit of the ball for Santa Ynez is Athena Kett. And Kett's been hustling her tail off in the second half. Really a player you can corral yourself around if you're on that Tiger, or excuse me, if you're on that Pirates sideline. She's been putting in a lot of work trying to get the ball in a deadly area for the Pirates. But really, in the past few minutes, it's been a battle all around midfield. It's continuing now as the ball's getting battered around. Last touch by San Luis Obispo. Throw-in goes out once again. Turnover to slow. It's a pattern we've seen a lot tonight where the Pirates get the opportunity to change things around and get that free throw in. They just get it a little too close to the line and players fight for it. It goes out of bounds on Santa Ynez and then you turn it right over to San Luis Obispo. It's been a vicious cycle throughout the entire game. As we're now seeing a sling on the arm of Madison King. Looks like it's that left shoulder she was actually holding. It wasn't a hand injury. But the black sling has come out here on the sideline. As the Tigers are in pursuit, it's Mia Radigan again. But taken away. Trying to set up another play was Bella Irian. Once again, another battle at midfield. Just kind of been a tug-of-war of possession as we get into the last quarter of this game. It's kind of back and forth near that midfield mark. in the search for their first shutout win of the season. And San Luis Obispo finished last season as the 5 seed in the Central Section CIF Division I playoffs. They played against number 12 Rigetti. It's about 45 minutes down the street here. They actually lost to the 12th seed in that first round. So a disappointing feat for San Luis Obispo. Really had that bad taste in their mouth. They want to flip the script around this year. A little similar to, actually I'd say, Cal Poly just right up the street. Women's soccer has had tons of success in the regular season. They're regular season champs last year. Poised to make a long run in the playoffs. That was the same story again this year, but they really couldn't close that door. And it's been UC Irvine dominating, but I digress. Point is that San Luis Obispo needs to keep their winning ways through the playoffs. That's been the extra gear that they've been missing. And so far tonight, they seem to be a bit complacent with the 3-0 lead that they have. Here's some aggressive play, though. Ashley Brewer, one more look. Yes! The 4th goal of the night for San Luis Obispo. And folks, this one feels like the dagger to me. It's those breakaway plays. Once again, I've talked about them over and over again throughout this game. It doesn't matter if Santa Ynez is just living in that slow territory. All it takes is that breakout play for slow to just get going downfield and just score, just quick. For lack of a better term, fast break points. As we're now 13 minutes left in the game here, 4-0 San Luis Obispo. As the goal tally allowed by Santa Ynez this year has gone up to 16 goals, that ratio, allowing 16 goals for the 2 that they've scored. And the way that this defense has been locked down tonight with former first-team All-League Crew Kieran and Mila Corey and Kinsey Zeidel, it really doesn't look like that ratio is going to change that much in favor of the goals scored for Santa Ynez. But we still have a whole lot of play left to go in the second half. You got to remember that stoppage time for the 2 injuries that we had for San Luis Obispo. So now this game is officially the highest amount of goals that San Luis Obispo has scored all season. They got up to 3 against Templeton when they went up north a few weeks ago and got that W, but now the 4 takes the new record. It was Mia Radigan, by the way. Didn't mention that. It was Mia Radigan on that score for San Luis Obispo. That's her 2nd of the night. She matches her goal total on the season so far in this one night. She's played in 4 games. She had 2 goals heading into this one. She has 2 goals tonight. Numbers are pumping up for other players on the team. Of course, Ashley Brewer had to get hers in, the leading goal scorer and leader in points on the team. And hey, she still could get another one. There's never a reason to just stop scoring goals. But for now, another battle in the midfield. As Oliveira, who checked back into this game a little earlier, she had a goal herself. And she had 1. Radigan has 2. And Brewer has 1. Radigan's on hat watch. Some negative ball for the Tigers here late in this game as Vierhin was coming in, barreling after that one. Just not enough. Just got it off right away. Here's another shot downfield. It's Mia Radigan. She has 2 to beat. She goes to Brewer, and Brewer just a little high once again. Brewer in the second half has had some great looks at the goal, but just has not exactly capitalized. She's been missing in a consistent spot, which is just above the crossbar. And it looks like Brewer's going to actually check out of this game for San Luis Obispo. It's going to be Callie Gross-Lohman, the junior midfielder. Some frustrations on the sideline for the star forward, but head coach Gabby Flores there to talk her through it. Gabby Flores, a former Division I soccer player herself, just up the street at Cal Poly. A rather large Cal Poly women's soccer presence here within the girls soccer program at San Luis Obispo High School. Kate Reedy is an assistant head coach, or I should say just assistant coach here on the varsity team. She just wrapped up a season at Cal Poly. Emma Brown, a first-team All-Big Wester, head coach of the freshman team at San Luis Obispo High School as well. So certainly some good experience at the helm at all levels for the Tigers. As Alina Ashby pulls up on the ball last second, she got hit in the face. She was holding on to her face there. But we play on, whistle blows, handball. And yeah, on San Luis Obispo. Nothing you can really do there if you're Bella Irian. She was just trying to go after it. And one of the defenders for Santa Ynez just chipped it right into her hand. Header there by Kirkiran. Ashby in pursuit. And she's going to win that one as she's going to get that throw in for San Luis Obispo. Here's Oliveira. Passes it back to Kirkiran. Kirkiran's got the jets on. She tries to chip it downfield, but it goes right off the face of Hawkins for Santa Ynez. Just 7 minutes now, plus the question mark of the stoppage time left to go in this game. As we're seeing Ruby Beckett come into this one. Ruby Beckett's played in all 4, now 5 of the games this season. She has an assist. Maybe wanted to record another one here on that forward position. Here are the Pirates, and this one goes way over the net. On that shot attempt there was Athena Kett, and she just completely boots it over the goalpost. Running with a slight limp going after the ball. Wonder if she was a little injured on that play. Having trouble getting her footing down as she almost hits the deck off that move from Maya Davis. Fighting it out at midfield are the Tigers. Getting tripped up. Stopped by the defense. Mia still has the ball as the whistle blows. Another Santa Ynez defender limping as she's getting up. It's a shot downfield, goes out of bounds. Just under 5 minutes left to go in the game. Short kick there by Carl Skint. Doesn't go far enough, but it still ends back up in the possession of San Luis Obispo. Here's Radigan. Downfield, she sees Alina Ashby. Ashby, ball's a little too far out in front, gets shoved out of bounds. They're going to call a goal kick here. So we're going to see Holland Oatman check into this game. Also going to see Ella Waddle back in action as well. And Kinsey Zeidel is going to see the field once again too. Just about 3:30 left to go in the game. Here's Ashby. Ashby goes out of bounds, last touched by McClurg for Santa Ynez. Riley O'Connor with that throw-in. Goes out of bounds, last touched by the Pirates. Here's the corner for Slow. Here's the kick. No one's touched it yet. Here's Oliveira trying to clean things up. Gets deflected immediately. Now kicked completely out of the area. Now rolls all the way to the middle of the pitch. Ball's rolling. It's going to roll out of bounds. And it looks like it was last touched by Riley O'Connor. Here's the throw-in. Tiger ball. Oliveira. Intercepted. There was Zeidel there to clean things up. Free ball once again. And a nasty fall there from Beckett, but Beckett gets back up. She takes another fall. This time it was inflicted by Santa Ynez. Waylon Hawkins fouling Ruby Beckett there on the play. And a free kick's going to be taken here by Kylie Krukiran. Krukiran takes a shot, caught by Devin Hazard. And Hazard seeing if we're going to see a deeper kick tonight. This looks like one of the deeper ones we've seen, more towards the true center of the field. As the game clock has gone dark, so now we're playing with some stoppage time here. We have a lot. We got it from from those two injuries earlier in the second half. But this one's looking pretty out of reach for Santa Ynez. A 4-0 lead for San Luis Obispo High School. Mia Radigan with 2 goals, Ashley Brewer with 1, and Kalea Oliveira with 1 herself. Pirates pressing hard. This is nearing their last chance at getting a goal at some point in this game, as Slow is just waiting for that clock to wind down so they can earn their first clean slate of the season. Oliveira trying to go after Oatman. Now it's Oatman trying to go for Beckett, just a little too long. And Hazard's there to scoop it up. Another chip shot kick touched by Oatman. And there to rebound it for San Luis Obispo is Oliveira. Oliveira, right foot, but it rolls right over to Hazard's gloves once again. Still living in that pirate territory, San Luis Obispo is. They want to stay there as long as possible. Just try to wrap this one up. The equivalent of taking a knee, it would feel like here, if you were playing football. But here's Ruby Beckett, though. Taken out of the area. Ooh, what a great move there by Santa Ynez. Jasleen Perez pulled it behind her back. That sent Ruby Beckett flying. But then when Beckett got up to get the ball again, Perez lost control, and now it's a throw-in for San Luis Obispo. McClurg over to Oliveira. Oliveira seeing a lot of touches this evening, as now it's Oatman going after it. And Beckett has an open shot going to her knees as Hazard, but she stops it with the two hands. Really a wide open look for Ruby Beckett, but Devin Hazard was there to fall to the knees and swat it down with the two gloves. Deep ball. Not many white jerseys around in slow territory. And a rather aggressive pursuit there from Waylon Hawkins. But she touched it last, so it's going to be Kalea Oliveira throwing it in again. She gets it in, but the defenders for San Luis Obispo are there to stop any progress. Chip shot by McClurg. No white jerseys around to take control of that ball, as it's Oliveira once again with the throw-in. Oatman fighting through the referee, gets to the ball. And San Luis Obispo just trying to play some clean ball as much as possible right now. They just want this clock to they just want the refs to just end this one. They got that 4-0 dub in the bag, it feels like. But here's Oatman. Out once again. On Santa Ynez, it looks like. Once again, long retrieval time to get that soccer ball for the throw-ins. It's quite the distance between that track and that cement wall that separates the pitch. Just adding more to that stoppage time, but we're seeing some continual aggressive play from Santa Ynez. It's kind of more of the same we've seen all night. That's been their style a bit, but they've upped the ante here as we're now playing with stoppage time. They just can't seem to get upfield. As they hastily get the next throw in. Riley O'Connor is there. And there's Oatman, but it looks like we have a Pirate sitting down on the far side of the field. Didn't see what happened there. If there was any tangle up with another player, it could have been a non-contact slipping situation, but she seems to get up okay. Looks like that was Athena Kett who went down there. She was stagnant for quite a while, but she was able to get up on her own and was walking off with only a minimal limp. There's Ruby Beckett. Possession gets spoiled by Santa Ynez defenders. Nutmeg on Zeidel. Pirates were looking for a call, not sure on what. Beckett gets tripped up, whistle blows. I think they got to call this one pretty soon. I'm not sure how much is left here. And the free kick here for Slow. They're just trying to get this one off as soon as possible as they lose control but regain it. And the 3 whistles blow. The Tigers looked like they tried to draw another foul at the end there. Taking a tumble was Vierhen, but this one ends up in a 4-0 loss for Santa Ynez. Another explosive night here for the offense. The star of tonight's game has been Mia Radigan with her 2 goals, and Ashley Brewer, of course, got to get that one in there as well. Kalea Oliveira getting one of her own, and San Luis Obispo improves to 4-1 on the season. They're on a 4-game win streak. As for Santa Ynez, they're still looking for that first W in the column as they fall to 0-6. Thank you, everyone, to tuning in to San Luis Obispo High School girls soccer on the Tiger News Network here on YouTube. I'm Nate Mills signing off. You can follow me at N805 Sports wherever you social media. Have a good night, everyone.